Taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. Welcome to my channel, Just Tree 411, and I have a very unique video for you today. I don't normally touch this because, well, this is not a fitness channel, it's not an exercise channel, but this is very concerning because this is part of the blackpill Looksmaxxing community. Now, those of you who don't know, I'm sure you do know this, is that the Looksmaxxing comes from the blackpill community. Actually, I have no bad words for the blackpill community, believe it or not. There are several people in there that are very intelligent. I used to listen to their streams for hours, okay? But anyway, back in the day, not now. I'm too busy right now. But CBS did a story about teenagers taking steroids, and let me read the tweet and then we're gonna watch this clip. It's 7 minutes, but it's so good. It's so good. So let me go ahead and scroll up so we can read this. So it says CBS interviewed an 18-year-old using steroids to Looksmax, revealing he's been on trend for trend? Why the hell is he on trend? Dude, these guys they're never going to reach 30 years old. Oh my God. Y'all are messing up your heart. You're messing up your circulatory system. It's, oof. Anyway, he's been on trend for 10 months after seeing influencers use it. All right. So get ready for some heavy, lawsuits coming against Kick, because the only place where this is acceptable is on Kick. Well, no. I think YouTube has some. No. Kicking YouTube allow this to be broadcast and talked about often. So let's go ahead and get started. I think, ladies, you will find this just as interesting as the men. I come from a bodybuilding background, so I know about these drugs. I refuse to do any of this. I strictly natural. And I did love that world back then. They used to have a forum called bodybuilding.com forum. It was great. Now bodybuilding.com is just, it's just bleh. I heard they sold it and it's just trash now. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch this.
It looks like a healthy habit, but what's hiding underneath tells a different story. 16-year-old Zaid Laila is a high school student from suburban Dallas and drawn into a viral trend.
Why wait 10 years to like reach a physique when I can do it in less than a year?
Okay, it doesn't take you 10 years. If you basically eat correctly, hit the gym, get that cardio in there, not too much, and you can just do walking cardio, you can achieve a muscular body that you have attained now in about 3 to 4 years. Unless you got trash genetics, and if you have trash genetics, then steroids and Trenibol, none of that's going to help you. HGH, human growth hormone, that's not going to help you. No performance enhanced drug is going to help you if you got terrible genetics. So this whole thing, well, I'm taking it because I'm not going to wait 10 years. No, I mean, you get bigger and bigger and bigger. The muscle bellies begin to get bigger as you age. But to sit up here and say you're not going to be jacked, you're not going to be jacked in 3 to 4 years if you stay consistent, and you have to wait 10 years to get jacked? No, dude, that's just crazy. And when I mean jacked, let me explain what I mean jacked. I'm talking about fit, muscular. This guy, I think he takes his shirt off. Well, let's just wait till he takes his shirt off, and I'm going to show you that he could achieve that in 2 to 3 years. Easily.
Laila shared this photo from early 2024 when he was 15 years old. Since then, he's documented his transformation.
How does a 16-year-old look like this?
Yeah, what are you talking about? You could get that in 2 years. Maybe even, hold on. See, I don't want to bring race into this because I'll never forget this young male. He used to cut my grass, and he used to complain all the time about being skinny. And I would just tell him, I said, just eat, just eat. Okay, you can eat carbs. You don't even have to do a protein load. Just eat whatever you want and skip the cardio and just hit the gym. No, he did not hit any type of, he did not take any steroids, any drugs, because he was only like 16 years old. And within a year, not within a year, like a year, it took a year and a couple of months, he looked just like this. Like, what are you talking about? Now, mind you, he went to the gym twice a day, but he still went, okay? I don't think you have to go to the gym twice a day to get this type of look, but I also don't think you have to take steroids if you are in your teens. This is, I've seen, please, somebody with weightlifting experience who look even close to this, tell me how long it took you, because I am from the gym culture. It doesn't take no 10 years to look like that. Let me show you what 10 years is going to take you 10 years to look like. Hold on. So it'll take you 10 or more years to look like this. Okay. 10 years to look like this. Yes. 10 years to look like this. Sure. 10 years to look like this. Absolutely. But 10 years to look like this? What? I don't think so.
A lot of steroids and a lot of working out, honestly.
Steroids.
Yeah.
So how long have you been on?
I'd say about like the last 10 months. I was fat, ugly, like short, I'd say, which those three things obviously make you an unattractive like male. Yeah, and I definitely, when I started taking the steroids, all those things like definitely changed. Like I got more jacked and like better looking, honestly, I'd say for sure.
Scroll through fitness videos on any social media or video platform, and you'll see extreme transformations, bigger muscles, leaner bodies.
These are steroids.
This is like the strongest one you can basically get or take.
Right. One of the most toxic.
Yeah, one of the most toxic.
That you are injecting into your body every single day.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Why would you do this so early in your life? You are cutting off your lifespan. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. It's not worth you having a heart attack as you get in your late 40s or 50s. It's not worth it. It's not worth you enlarging your organs, but mainly enlarging your heart. And you got to be on medication, or you got to be on a pacemaker for the rest of your life if you ever make it to 50. This is crazy.
use it on cows.
Tren, short for trenbolone, is a powerful anabolic
Trenbolone. Okay, my bad. I pronounced it incorrectly.
steroid developed for livestock, not humans, and is a classified Schedule III drug, making the possession or distribution without a prescription illegal.
Where did you learn how to do this?
I watched like a few YouTube videos, honestly.
That's what I thought. I thought Kick and YouTube are actually featuring people who are literally shooting up steroids.
Your parents think about the fact that you're on steroids?
My dad isn't too supportive of it. He was very like, what are you doing to yourself? Like, you're gonna hurt yourself. He's just like worried for me. I explained to him everything, told him like, hey, like I'm doing this regardless, basically. Even if you tell me not to do it, I'm still gonna do it. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it like in the safest way possible. I just want you to know that. I mean, like, I look healthy.
Let me tell you something. This is the difference between parents. There's no way I could be living in my parents' home and tell them what I'm going to be doing. There's no way I could say, well, I'm going to do it regardless. And they're paying the rent or the mortgage. They're buying all the food. I'm going to have to get out. There's no, and that's the thing. Like, if his parents really wanted him to get off of this, they'll just say, okay, then go live on your own. Because the only reason he can afford this sounds like he don't have a job. If he doesn't have a job, then he can't afford to buy this, because this stuff is expensive, especially off the black market. So his father sucks. This is what happens, ladies, when you choose a stupid man to reproduce with. All right. If you got a man that's not going to basically discipline a male child, and men need to be disciplined by their dads. Okay. And unless you got a dad that's a wuss, he sits down when he pees, then that's your fault. But this right here, you living in your parents' house and you're going to tell him, I'm going to do it regardless, but then you're going to be homeless because you ain't living here and doing it.
I am healthy. I can
I
show.
think this is just a problem of parents wanting to be their kid's friend instead of their parent. And that's why we have crazy people today.
My blood work.
Lila told CBS News he blocked his parents from his social media. They learned of his steroid use after a family member saw a video and informed them. Lila's father declined an on-camera interview, but told us he's deeply concerned about his son and overwhelmed by the misinformation.
If he was concerned about his son, he would literally do something about it. He would intervene. But you got these hands-off parents. And don't worry, they'll bury their son. Their parents will outlive the son. So if I was the parents, I'd put some life insurance on them. I'm serious. That's some guaranteed good, delicious money, because your son is not going to make it until he's not going to make it until his midlife. I wouldn't say crisis, because he's having a crisis right now.
And uses to justify his steroid use.
Are you not worried that you could do real harm to your body?
I'd say I do care, and I know what can come with it. I'm just going to do it the safest way possible. If I have a heart attack at 30, I have a heart attack.
Dr. Jason Nagata is a professor of pediatrics at the University of California, San Francisco, specializing in male teenage health.
Anabolic steroids in general can have really significant consequences to your heart, liver, and kidneys. And trenbolone, because it's so powerful, has even more significant side effects. There is no human safe indication for this animal drug. There are many young people now who aren't actually participating in any types of sports who are using these drugs only for the purposes of looking better.
So
looking better how? I mean, it's supposed to work with you doing resistant training. I'm sorry, help me out. Maybe I don't know. But if you take trenbolone and you don't lift any weights, what is it supposed to do? Because you don't get magic muscles. It's not like you shoot this stuff up and all of a sudden you wake up like Captain America. That doesn't work. That's not how that works. You have to do some resistant training. So what is the purpose of taking tren or any kind or steroids? What is the purpose of taking that if you're not going to work out? Like, what do you want that to do?
So this has migrated from the realm of athletics into aesthetics?
Yep, I think it's relatively less recognized that actually with more social media, there have been really extreme pressures for boys to build muscle.
Yeah, they build muscle, dumb doctor. They build muscle. So they take the trend, they take the steroids, they take the HGH to build big muscles. They're not taking it and sitting at home and doing nothing. What a dumb thing to say.
Your social media feed at this point.
Obviously, gym influencers, the top ones right now.
Do you think you would have gotten on steroids without social media?
No. Definitely seeing like people do it is like what makes you want to do it, for sure.
It's not hard to get.
No, it's not at all. Anyone can get their hands on it if you just try.
Adam Yamaguchi joins us now. Good morning, Adam. So where is he getting this stuff from?
It's all happening online. So he first was approached by a dealer at the gym.
Oh, and they will approach you too. Let me tell you how that works. They'll approach men and women. So I was approached when I was in my prime, bodybuilding for natural bodybuilding shows. And what they do is they'll befriend you. They'll ask to work out with you on a machine or sit beside you while you're doing free weights, and they'll befriend you, okay? Because they want to get to know you, because what they're doing is very, 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 very illegal, okay? So once they establish a rapport with you, a friendship with you, then they're just bringing it up out of the blue. They're bringing it out of the blue like this guy, and we're still cool to this day, because, I like talking to him because he's very knowledgeable. So he'll give me some helpful tips on my form, and then actually like adjust my diet a little bit, all this for free. And he said, well, have you ever heard about Anavar? And I go, no, what's that? He was like, okay, this is good for women, because, this is not going to really like make your voice too deep or give you this like strange little, it's going to mess up your clit down there and all this other stuff. and he'll educate you on it. But then it made me realize, I said, wait a minute, is this similar to steroids? He said, no, it's not that. A lot of the women who are into the physique training, okay, and the swimsuit training, they take it. Like it basically helps lean you out, keep the fat low and the your muscles nice and plump, blah blah blah. And he said, look it up, and if you're interested, I'll give you a sample. Just like a typical drug dealer, they'll give you a little bit to see how you like it. But I told him, I said, I don't need to look it up. I said, I don't do needles. And I think he had something in pill form, but I wasn't interested. And I didn't rat him out because there was several people here that he basically give to. And by the way, just so you know, he's not fat or flabby. He is muscular too. He lifts weights. But he's also a pusher. He pushed a lot of the performance enhancing drugs onto a lot of the members in the gym that want to take that route.
But then he got on the cycle, and now he's got a guy on WhatsApp. He showed us this guy's account, showed us a whole list of all sorts of banned substances, the trenbolone, testosterone, all manner of peptides, research peptides for use in animals only. This guy is in China. These chemicals come straight from China. And
imagine taking stuff from China. Imagine taking stuff from the black market from China. Dude, what is wrong with you?
Says that it's cheaper than the t-shirt that he was wearing.
Wow. I mean, this feels to me like a version of body dysmorphia where perceived flaws in this young man's mind have dominated his self-image regardless of the reality. And it also, this Looksmaxxing thing, subsumes the things that really matter in life, like character and integrity and kindness, the things that'll carry you throughout the course of your life. So where are the parents in all of this?
The parents are hands off and they suck at parenting. You know, that's why I'm saying everybody, all these men want you to have kids, but they don't know how to raise them. They don't know how to be men themselves. Hashtag not all. It's a damn shame I got to constantly say hashtag not all. But there's so many emotional people like, I do really good with my kids. Listen, there's a lot of men who make terrible fathers and they should not reproduce. But of course, for some reason, they feel like they got to pass on a legacy that don't exist.
Parents are aware, but as we all know, parents have a difficult time tracking social media use. He's got a phone. He's on social media all the time. And so whether it's YouTube or TikTok or any other social media platform, that's where he's getting his messaging from. We talked to his dad, who was very disturbed by all this. He's very concerned about his son's health, but he says, look, I'm kind of helpless because my child spends so much time on social media. He's sort of under the spell of social.
Who pays the internet? Who pays for the phone? Who pays for the computer? Who pays for the electricity? How are you helpless as a parent? I would not be helpless. And as a matter of fact, you know, I know this guy. He just could not keep his son off of the internet because of corn. So what he did, he took the door off. It worked too, because if the son couldn't lock the door, because at first the father told his son, don't lock this door, don't lock his door, because he's locking the door because he's jerking off. And when he's the father's jiggling the door because it's locked, then of course he got to hurry it up and then clean it off, whatever, and then go open the door. So the father solved that by just taking the door off the hinges, and then there is no privacy. And actually it worked. Now, of course, he eventually moved out a year and a half later, but problem solved, because that got him a chance to say, okay, I don't like these rules. I don't like being in this house. I don't like to be told what to do. Let me get my own place. Let me get a job. So he didn't have a job until then, and he decided to go get a job, save his money, get his own apartment, and he can jerk off as much as he want all day, every day, because now he has his own place. See how that works? Good.
Social media influencers
who pays for his internet account? Who pays for internet? Who pays to allow him to access the internet? Who pays for his phone? I mean, when I was a kid, I know we didn't grow up with the internet. I understand that, but
it doesn't matter. It's still parenting. right? I could never talk back to my parents. I could never tell my parents what I'm going to do. And under their roof. That's just something, that's something unheard of. I could never do that to my parents, especially when I am reliant upon them financially. I could never call the shots underneath their house. That my mom, my dad, they both said, if I don't want to be there, I can always leave.
Parents were on. They knew I mean, I don't know how they quit tracking back in those days.
Kids can create a disconnect between what they do online and their parents.
No, that's stupid. No, they can't. No, they can't. The parents allow the disconnect. The parents allow the disconnect. I don't understand how this whole thing of, well, they have a disconnect from their parents and the internet. Well, guess what? The parent can disconnect the internet. How about that? Disconnect the internet, and I bet you have some connection then.
Other types.
It's just that the parents rely on the school and the internet to raise their children. They want to be hands off. They don't want to raise their children. They basically let school and the internet do it.
Of looksmaxxing are young men doing that are dangerous?
One prominent thing that young men are doing is it's called bone smashing. They'll take a hammer or sort of some sort of blunt object to their face, to their cheekbone.
And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay. You see how great his cheekbones are? He didn't do that by smashing his face with no hammer.
What?
Look, nice cheekbones, as a matter of fact.
Hammer, try to create some bone fractures.
Look. Nice. That's just genetics, okay? No matter how much you hit your bone, your cheek, and I do believe there's some scientific study to show that it's BS about hitting your face with a hammer. I believe, you know what I think? I think clavicular made it up, and dumbass little boys and men decided to pick it up. It's just, it doesn't work. Okay, and to me, either you have buccal fat removed, or you are genetically gifted, or you're so skinny that that part of your bone is protruding out through your skin. But you can sit up here and smash your bones all you want to. There is a scientist that actually debunked that with a study, and he disproved the whole thing about bone smashing will allow your cheeks to protrude. He said it's just nonsense.
In the hopes that will help reshape their face into something that looks a little bit more masculine.
Adam, I talked to you last time because I often compliment you on how in shape you are, and you talk about your diet and how much you work out. What was it like sitting down with him, looking at a young man who is clearly doing something that is detrimental, not just to his body, but to his mind, and like Vlad is saying, to maybe his character as he gets older, coming from someone, and as you do, working out all the time the right way?
Yeah, you know what was interesting? When I talked to him about my workout regimen, I've been doing this for a lot longer than I'd like to admit, longer than he's been alive.
Right.
But he sort of took pride in the fact that I've only been lifting for a year.
It's a shortcut.
It's a shortcut.
Yeah, but it's also a shortcut to death. It's a shortcut to death. Like I don't understand, like, you don't know what your life is going to be like when you get into your late 20s. You don't know how wonderful it is. You could possibly find a woman of your dreams and you marry her and have great children, or you could find yourself having a great opportunity for in the influencer world. You could have gotten a great contract or an opportunity to travel around the world as a fitness instructor, and the clock is ticking on your lifeline because you took these dangerous drugs from China. You took them during your teenage years, and this guy is not going to be on earth that long because he's doing so much damage to his heart at such a young age, while his body, his brain, and everything else is still developing.
Yeah, and that I think is important to understand why Gen Z is flocking to this. You can transform overnight.
Not everything that glitters is gold, man. Not every shortcut is worth it.
It's not worth it.
All right, Adam Yamaguchi, thank you so much. And You'll be back tomorrow, actually, with new information on the ongoing investigation into Medicare hospice fraud.
Okay, well, that's there with that. All right, so there's that. So ladies, stay away from these type of guys, because if he wants to cheat on something like physical fitness, then he'll not cheat on you. I'm not saying he's going to cheat on you sexually. He could, right? But that means he likes to get the easy way out. He's not about the grind or the work. He will steal. He would take the shortcut. He will lie, manipulate, con. These men tend to do that because they don't want to wait. They want to get it now. That instant gratification. Terrible men to be in a relationship with. Terrible men to be in a relationship with at all. I would avoid them like the plague. Any man that says he was on steroids in his teen is a loser, as far as I'm concerned. If you have good genetics, you don't have to get on this stuff. You don't have to get on this stuff. You just have to do the work in the gym. But these guys don't want to work. And like I said, maybe because they got bad genetics, maybe because they're just so in a rush. I don't know. But I do know that you don't want this type of man in your life. And if you're a guy, you have to ask yourself, do you want to cash in? Do you want to get rid of half of your life just so you can look jack in your in your teenage years? Child, please. I just want y'all to know something that women don't like for the most part. For the most part, women don't like over muscular guys. So unless you're doing this for men, unless you're doing it for men, I don't see the purpose or the need to do all this weightlifting at such a young age, trying to get extremely jacked, because you're going to start crossing over to the gay for pay side of the fence. And maybe that's the side of the fence you want to be on, but to each his own. But anyway, I thought this would be a good video to do. I got another one coming down the pipeline. I'm still working on that 50 Shades of Grey. I swear that movie. Whew. I hate that movie, dude. I hate it. But I'm still working on it, y'all. So I'll see you all on the next video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to give me a like. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, taters. For exclusive content not shown here on my channel, please go join my Patreon at patreon.com/justtreat411.